Shekhar Kapur directed Masoom and Mr. India in the 1980s. Both remain cult classics, but it was Bandit Queen that won him international recognition. Shekhar Kapur was the first person A.R. Rahman ever called to say, "I want to do your film."
Mr. Kapoor, when Rahman called you, had you already heard about him?
You can't live in India and not have heard about him, but I think I first heard of him from Mani Ratnam, who told me he found this new talent that was quite incredible. But in his very first film that was with Mani Ratnam, the whole of India heard about him. And then Mani Ratnam worked with him, Ram Gopal Verma worked with him. I didn't meet him till I got a call after I did Bandit Queen, and he called me and he said, sent me a message saying he'd just seen Bandit Queen and he'd like to meet and work together. So we met. We kept talking about working together and didn't really happen. We decided to do some films together. I then left for Hollywood and went away. He stayed back in India. And then finally, when I got involved with Bombay Dreams with Andrew Lloyd Webber, I suggested to Andrew Lloyd Webber that there's this composer in India that I thought was probably could become really international.
I was such a big fan of his movie Bandit Queen, and so we were just talking many things, but we also worked on a soundtrack called Tararam, but we never worked out because by then he had got his big break for Elizabeth. So he had gone to London and was doing that stuff. But somewhere I think there was a kind of connection between, and he would talk about me. So when he was supposed to direct one of Andrew Lloyd Webber's films, I think he talked about me and they listened to my music.
And so then I started to put them together, and Rahman was quite unwilling actually to go to the West first. I think he wasn't sure that they would accept him. He wasn't sure that in going to the West he would not drop his fan base. Would his fan base in India reject him and then goes to another place? I'm a bit of an adventurer, so someone managed to convince him to come, and then he came, and the rest is history. I had a special reason to bring him there. I was a bit lonely. After Elizabeth, I was saying, who else is going to come here from India? And nobody else seemed to want to come. I used to tell my friends, try it. And so I was wanting to pull somebody there anyway. So I looked around and I thought Rahman was probably the one that I knew that the West would accept.
What was it about Rahman's music that made you so confident that the West was going to accept him?
Because every friend, I recognize the fact that he has an international appeal just by listening to him. And I've lived outside India for about 12, 13 years. It doesn't mean I'm an expert on music, but I do remember I had a premiere of Elizabeth in Mumbai. And after that, we had a party. And I remember Kate Blanchett being there. And after the party, everybody was dancing. And somebody put on Rahman's music. It was Tal. And Kate coming to me and saying, "Shekhar, this music is incredible. It's stunning. Who is this composer?" It was actually Rahman.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel, press the bell icon, and stay entertained.